In April 2022, I jumped on a plane bound for Iceland on the trip of a lifetime with my partner Josh. Craving freedom and adventure, we hired a 4x4 and spent the following 8 days roaming around and in constant awe of the island's harsh and perfect beauty. If you've been yourself, you'll understand when I say that it was more incredible than can be put into words. So let me try and show you instead. Hello. So me and my partner Josh were just talking about how we really fancied a bit of a summery, warm, tropical getaway. And so where have we come on holiday? Iceland. So if I look a bit like a drowned rat at the moment, that's because I am. You know, it's wet, grey and windy here, but I am so excited. Our first stop of the day was Kerif Crater. Kerif was once a cone-shaped volcano and is now an azure lake-filled crater that scientists believe was formed by a collapsed magma chamber. Estimated to be around 3,000 years old, it is still very young in geological terms. This meant the iron deposits thrown out from the volcano were still extremely fresh, relatively speaking, giving the slopes their gorgeous rusty red hue that, if not for the sparse vegetation around, made the landscape look more like it belonged on Mars than Earth. The next stop of the day was the mighty Seljalandsfoss waterfall. It was incredible to look up at the towering cliffs it poured over and know that they were once coastal cliffs, marking the border between land and sea. It certainly felt like it could have been at the sea. The splash it threw up was astonishing, and I got utterly soaked. We also visited a lesser-known waterfall just 1 kilometre away from Seljalandsfoss, a waterfall that has cut a hole into the cliffside, carving out its own secret cavern. It blew my mind that in just a half day of exploring Iceland, you could find sites like this just off the road. And the more we explored, the better it got. In what became one of my favourite moments of the trip, we drove down a dirt track to a hiking trail crisscrossed in ice-cold waters that led to Seljavallalaug, a man-made but naturally geothermally heated swimming pool snuggled in a snow-capped valley. Bit of off-roading to get to this hot springs. It looks a lot shallower than it is. It's pretty deep. I don't really know how to get through it all. I think I might just have to get my feet wet. It was easily the most breathtaking place I have ever swam in. It was also pretty damn cold.
Right here.
If I just stay in that one spot,
Yeah.
it's warm enough.
Yeah, it's like a swimming in the sea. Yeah. The old
So we hope you can hear me, by the way. It's really loud with the water. But we just went to the hot spring, and I would love to paint a romantic picture of how lovely it was. But I'm telling you,
word hot is deceptive. It was more of a spring, if not a cold spring. I've come out colder and I'm having to warm up, but it was refreshing and I've never had such a stunning place for a swim. So there's that. I still recommend it, just maybe not in the thick of winter, because it's probably quite dangerous. It was warm if you're right where the entrance tap is. Anywhere else, and it's a bit of cold water therapy.
In a desperate bid to warm up, I drank some hot herbal tea and we decided to take a hike as far up the valley as we could get. The views and the atmosphere of the place we found stunned us into silence, and we spent a good deal of time just sitting on a rock and staring in awe and wonder at the beauty of the place. It was only day one and we were feeling compelled to explore down every dirt track, just in case it led us to more places like this.
From day 3 of Iceland, second full day, and today is actually my birthday as well. What an incredible way to spend it. I actually woke up at midnight tonight to see my birthday, not because I was that excited about it being my birthday, but because we were in one of the few pockets of Iceland where there wasn't cloud cover last night and there was a slight chance of seeing the aurora. So I got up and I think I saw it. I say think because it was so faint, it almost looked like clouds, and I was kind of thinking, am I just tricking myself because I so badly want to see them? But I'm absolutely certain it was. We were in the area where it was meant to be, and it looked like faint columns of light, and it definitely wasn't clouds because there was stars out as well. So oh my god, I saw in my 24th birthday with the aurora. Today we're now going to adventure to see some of the black sand beaches, a famous archway, and hopefully a few canyon walks if the weather holds up, because it's actually been snowing today as well. We've got fresh sprinklings of snow all around the mountains. So here is to another gorgeous day of exploring Iceland. What a place to be on my birthday.
With its towering basalt columns and tar-black volcanic sands, the beach had a moody and imposing feel. It was beautiful, but it felt quite menacing, and there were signs everywhere to remind you never to turn your back to the water. Rogue waves are common there, and with the only land south of the waves Antarctica, all the way south, the currents are fierce and deadly and have killed many tourists. Out among the brutal surf stood two rather ominous-looking rock stacks, said to be petrified trolls caught outside at sunrise and frozen forevermore in time. Trolls or not, they really added to the otherworldly feel of the place.
Had a little bit of a nightmare at the parking for the black sand beaches. We didn't see it happen, but some people parked next to us opened their door, and it is so windy here. If you don't hold your door tight when you open it, it can just fling open. Of course, that's what happened with them, and they hit our car, but very luckily and so kindly, I really appreciate, they actually stuck around, waited for us, and they've put it all on their insurance, sorted out, so it's all okay.
Heading inland away from the fierce winds, we visited a cave known also as the Yoda Cave for its unique outline, drove past miles and miles of lava rocks coated in moss so thick you could have used it as a mattress, and ended our day walking along the cliffs of a canyon as the snow the white clouds had been promising all day started to fall. After clear blue skies in the previous day, it was beautiful to see Iceland in the snow. As always, thank you so much for watching, and if you enjoyed part 1, stay tuned for next week to see Iceland transform overnight into a winter wonderland, as we attempt what is now probably one of my favourite hikes I've ever done. Until next time, I hope you have a lovely week.